Good. That is really nice, actually, isn't it? I mean, wow, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, hey, morning everyone. It is another Funky Farmer video in Wales. We are going to the old Farmhouse Brewery near St David's. Gonna see, I think it's a chap called Mark, and we're gonna discuss or find out how he set up a brewery on the farm. It's quite exciting, actually. Every I like a pint. Put a farmer with a pint, then you've got an ideal evening in my mind. Look at the weather, look. Can you see the rain on here? This is probably the law of sod, isn't it? We've had the driest summer I've ever known, and I come on holiday and it starts raining. I mean, we need the rain at home, but it would be nice if it just held off like a couple more days till we finished our holiday. But saying that, actually, do you know what? It's actually been lovely down here. It really is. Pembrokeshire, what a cracking spot. I'm not making it up. It is gorgeous down here. I've had a cracking time. Interesting thing is, the guy we're going to meet at the brewery, Mark, he's obviously quite involved in the community, and he said there's a carnival in St David's on Monday. So we went down with the family and we saw the carnival. It was wonderful. There's a couple of pictures here of Mark's driving the John Deere. And there were also some pictures you saw there of some people in cardboard cutout of beer bottles, which I thought was very clever. It must have been his beer. But also what was really funny, so I was just stood in the on the edge, and this chap, I was just watching, and I saw this bloke in all the mayor regalia, and he started walking towards me, and I thought, oh, what's going on here? And he came across, I don't know what his name was, I've forgotten, but he said, oh, I'm a big follower of yours, and it was the mayor of St David's, and he asked for a selfie. How cool is that? Look, there's a picture of me and him. Honestly, and it is funny now with my life where I go and people spot me, like the assistant manager of the farmer's dog when we went to Clarkson's farm. He stopped me on the stairs and said, oh, I like your videos. And also on the beach, some chap stopped and said, oh, hello, we feel like we know you. And it is a weird world I live in, but it's nice. It's a lovely world. People are really lovely. I think the sort of people who watch me aren't going to expect anything racy and dangerous. And they're probably the same as me. They're just down to earth people. They're lovely. Anyway, we're going to go see Mark. Not sure what to expect, but I think it's a lovely farming family, and we'll find out what they've been up to. Just stay tuned for a little bit. And here we are in the yard, and that is the tractor from the float yesterday. Right, I'm not actually sure where I'm going, but I'm just gonna park up, and I'm gonna hopefully meet Mark. I'm guessing he's in the brewery. Right, we are in the farmyard. Look at this, the lovely John Deere behind. I just had a coffee with Mark, and I thought I'd just come and have a look at the building, because the building's sensational. It's a lovely building, but it's got a story behind it. He's going to tell me that in a minute, I'm sure. But we're going to go in. St David's Farmhouse Brewery, the nice old, nice sign out there. Where is he? He's hiding with his lovely wife.
Yeah.
Well, you better introduce yourself.
Morning, Rich. I'm Mark Evans, and this is my wife Emma from the old Farmhouse Brewery.
Wow! And even just as I speak to you, you got your awards behind you as well, haven't you? Great
Yeah.
Taste Awards.
Yeah, we had some more this year.
Wow. So we'll talk about that in a minute, because you're up for another award, aren't you? But we'll talk about that in a second. So I've walked in here. Your lovely wife mentioned, saw me at my post on Facebook and said, come and see us. And I know nothing about this brewery other than you set it up. So I'd like to know, why on earth did you set up a brewery, and how easy was it?
It's probably Emma's fault. It's her fault.
Is it?
Yeah. If we can just show you what we was faced with.
Right.
It was an old derelict ruin.
So this is the building I was looking at outside just now.
That's
this
right.
is incredible. Look at that.
So that's what it was.
There's nothing left of it.
So we used to feed cattle in the yard here.
Did you?
And all the old bale netting that was just chucked in there for rubbish. But
Yeah.
I've been home brewing since I was 16.
Really?
Love beer.
Yeah, we all do.
It does help.
It does help.
So, and we just thought, we had, what can we do with the building? That was the biggest thing. What can we do with the building? We had lovely cottages on the yard that had been done. So we wanted to do something with this to preserve it and make safe. So we were left with the raise or renovate conundrum, and we decided to renovate. I was nearly sold stone. Emma was adamant not. So anyway, thankfully, after a lot of hard work and paperwork, 12,000 word application to the Welsh Government, we were approved for the Food Biz Grant, which basically was the last of the European money in 2019.
So this is European Union money?
Yeah.
So if you did this now, would you be able to get that funding from the Welsh Government? Would they support you?
I don't believe there's any grants available.
Right.
Not to the extent.
Not to the extent. So we were approved 40% of the budgeted cost, basically, of the project. So, I mean, it's public information, it's over £100,000. So, but this project would never have happened without that money. So, no, that's really interesting, isn't it? We went well over budget, so it didn't get the 40%, but it's still 100k that we would never, ever have been able to transform this whole farmhouse.
So this is a massive gamble for you, isn't it? Because you must have been fairly confident there was a market for a home brewery near St David's. What gave you that confidence and the ability to grow to be a brewer?
Well, Emma's involved with the Tourist Association, and we knew the statistics. St David's is a massive holiday destination. I mean, round figures, from a population of 1,500, we exceed 150,000 in the summer.
Right, wow.
So the idea of a brewery supplying local ales to the local village and the holidaymakers complements the farming really well. So we're really busy in the summer making beer, and we're really busy in the winter feeding cattle. So it's a nice balance to have.
Because you're a beef farmer as well.
Beef farmer, So we farm across a couple of units in partnership with my parents, and one really good tractor driver that allows me to do what I do in here. So
you better name the tractor driver.
Sean Quigley.
Give him a shout out.
He's absolute legend. This wouldn't happen without
really
good quality stuff.
Wow.
You can rely on. So and obviously parents that stand up to the task of running farms.
And their mad son who goes, I'm going to
especially when they show
build a brewery. I mean, this is inspiring because you've started from scratch. Look at it. I mean, it's amazing. This book's incredible, isn't it?
But we can't praise the builders enough either, because that was one of
their names there. Look.
Yeah, so the Gwilym Morris and Son team from Woodstock, only 15 miles down the road.
I can't believe that.
Team of builders. They did not miss a day, and it was wet and wild all winter. And we managed to transform this building. We were brewing within 12 months.
Really?
It was unbelievable effort from everybody, the Sparkies, the Chippies, the whole team. It was brilliant. But then to take that beer 12 months later to the Christmas fair in 2020 and to have the local support come and back us and appreciate what we'd done was just fantastic.
So when you start a brewery, I mean, you said you do homebrew, but that's off a little bucket, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And you've jumped straight into... So did you go on a training course?
Yes,
how did you do that?
So a lot of research, again, and there's one name that kept coming back to us who we needed to get in touch with, because they're a family team, British expertise, and that was David and Rob Smith of Brewing Services from Yorkshire.
Okay. Oh, not close to you then?
No.
Brilliant.
The tanks are all Yorkshire, so
really?
we've got a strong Yorkshire connection with the brewery, actually. But I mean, they were exceptional, and they came to the farm. They saw the old farmhouse in this state, but they were fully supportive from the start. And they said, "Yes, we can make this work. This will be perfect. Nice thick walls, constant heat throughout summer for brewing. The drainage will work here because we've got the tanks to work with outside." And it's it's just fantastic to have them so enthusiastic from the start as well. So.
I mean, you built a lovely building. So this is, I'm just guessing, I've walked in here. This is your like a little reception area.
That's right.
And you've even got a proper fireplace in here. Look at this.
Yes, proper.
We'll have a look at your beer in a minute, or your brewery bit. So are you open to the public every day of the week, or how does it work?
We open the shop on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday at the moment, but obviously we live on site, so we're open on those days between 11 and 5.
Okay.
But we do live on site. We're licensed every day, so if you are passing and you drop in or you catch us, we can serve you beer between 11 and 11 any day.
So do you sell mostly to the public or mostly to pubs and
mostly to the trade? So within about a 15-mile radius as well. So we're not Emma might drop some cases of beer to the local pub on the school run, for example.
Really?
Quite often.
It's a proper family business, isn't it, really?
And Emma's parents might, because they're retired, they might go a bit further afield for us, and they love the longer journeys down south of the county as well.
Yeah, gets you out and about.
Yeah, it's not that far, but it's just the access. The roads aren't great, so to go 15 miles might take you an hour.
So you got a little van or something, have you?
Just a little van.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's...
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is the reception area, if you like. It's the brewery. Can we have a look in?
Magic happens.
This is the magic happens. So, wow, look at this.
So this is where it all happens.
Wow. Oh, it's got the smell as you walk in, isn't it?
Yeah, so we've got the New England Pale Ale fermenting at the moment. So
right.
Nice strong esters coming off of that.
So what's, I mean, I got no knowledge of brewery at all. I was like you, I made beer in a barrel when I was a kid. Yeah. But to be honest, it was bloody awful.
Hygiene is the biggest challenge for anybody making beer is hygiene. So if you can keep everything clean, there's less chance of infection and you'll produce good beer. So, I mean, it's basically brewed this end and fermented this end.
Okay, so I don't know. So how do you start then? I don't know. Talk me through a brewing process.
This is our hot liquor tank. So this is what we call it liquor. The liquid we use to brew is liquor.
Right.
So we're all our own spring water here. Yeah. So water comes up from our well. We haven't got any mains water on the farm, so we're reliant on our water. And that
must give it a unique flavour then, does it?
It is completely. It can't be replicated.
No.
And that's what and it's perfect for brewing beer. Right. So that's why we're able to do what we do. So it's a lucky coincidence that
that's really lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. But this is just our hot liquor tank.
So what are the ingredients in the beer then? Talk me through this because
there's only 4. Dead easy. So we've got malt, which is the grain.
Yeah.
We've got the water. Yeah. The hot liquor. And then the hops are added in the kettle. Okay. And then once we've got our wort, we add the yeast. So that's it. Yeah. Hops, yeast, water.
Makes it sound simple, but I'm sure it's not.
But with 4 ingredients, it's the consistency is the challenge. So just fluctuating temperatures in the hot liquor, temperatures on the boil, and fermentation temperatures, different quantities of different hops of different bitterness.
So
different colour. You create all sorts of.
Sorry to interrupt, but you've got what are the range of beers you do?
So we've currently got 7.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot, especially when you've only got 2 fermentations. Yeah. So we do occasionally run out of stock of some of the beers, but we start with the 4.2 traditional bitter. We use some of our own honey in that as well, so that's the stuff. And then we've got a 3.9 pale ale, a 4.8% hazy pale ale, 4% wheat beer. We have a pilsner lager. Yeah. A pilsner lager with kelp and also a milk stout. So that was something for everyone.
So that was sort of where I was sort of leaning to. If you've got these different sort of flavours, if you like, let's call them flavours.
Yeah.
So and you're using 4 ingredients. So how do you change get a different beer? Is it the hops or is it the yeast or?
Bit of everything.
Right.
So the grain that we've got upstairs in our grist case, it flows down into this mash tun to create our mash. So basically, the more grain we use, the more sugar we're extracting, the more fermentables, the stronger the beer. Okay. So more grain, stronger beer. Right. And then we also use speciality grain, so we can use caramel malts, roasted barley malts. So the darker the malt, the darker the beer. So again, it's tweaking your different flavours. You can balance your maltiness with the grain. And then once that's all in the kettle and we bring it to the boil, we add hops at the start of boil for bitterness, hops at the end for aroma. Okay. So you might be familiar with the West Coast Pale Ale, a lot of it.
Yeah, I hear that name quite often.
Or your East Coast Pale Ale, a lot of late addition hops for aroma. Right. So just by timing your hop additions, you can create different flavours within your beer again then.
And when you started, I presume it was kind of a little bit of an experimentation with the different flavours you'd make. Yeah. So did you have any cock-ups or disasters? Did you? Did you? Well, where they tasted not good and
that was the biggest challenge in home brewing is the temperature control, especially during fermentation. That's what I really struggled with. But once we invested in this kit, it's dead easy because all the tanks are just like big milk tanks. They're all jacketed. You can control the temperature on them. And you can get that consistency then. So
that eventually, over a bit of time, you sort of perfected almost like your own brand flavour, if you like, did you?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
We experiment until you've reached this is the old farmhouse pint.
I think so, and that's what people are saying. They are recognising it as its own individual flavour now.
And people seek that out because they like it.
Yeah. So. And to get that feedback as a farmer, because generally that's not something we ever hear. We never get.
No, you don't, do you?
You don't get the consumer feedback.
You don't. That's very true.
To pass somebody a beer, you're always anxious. How are they?
Yeah.
And that was one of the things we reassured the whole time. It's good beer. It might not be for everyone.
No, because everyone's got different tastes.
Yeah, that's it. But then once we started picking up these awards, the SIBA, the Society of Independent Brewers Awards, and the True Taste Awards, and once they start recognising the quality that we're doing, it's just amazing. But to see the customers enjoy it is the best. Yeah.
Going back to the awards as well. So when I phoned you up the other day, you said what day can you come? And I said, well, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday. And you said, oh, better not be Monday. Tell me why I couldn't come and see you Monday.
The reason we couldn't see you Monday, we were actually meeting the Farmers Weekly team of judges. So we've been nominated and shortlisted for the Farmers Weekly Awards for the Farm Diversification of the Year. So Emma and I are making a trip to London now.
Wow!
In October.
Are you? For the Farmers Weekly? It's like, wow, that Groves in a hotel or wherever it is.
House,
wow! I hope to go there one day just to buy a ticket and see what it's like. But wow, mate, that is amazing.
So it's going to be a trip to the big.
Well, when you see Tom Pemberton, he's bound to be there. Say hello from the Farmer, because he started YouTubing not from watching my videos. Believe it or not,
I've heard of him.
He's a big farming YouTuber.
I do.
He's a sound chap, but he'll be there.
Yeah.
But wow, that is. I mean, to go up to there, that's amazing, isn't it?
Be a bit of an adventure for us. Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, you might get a night away from the kids and everything like that.
No under 18s.
Well, it's just amazing, isn't it? Where you've come from in quite a short period of time, really, isn't it? You say 2019 you set this up.
Yeah, it was. 2019 we started the renovation work. 2020 we launched the first brew. So we'll have actually been brewing 5 years this October now, and that time has just flown by. So.
And we're nearly on our 100th brew now.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
By the end of this year, we'll have brewed 100 brews.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm thinking now. I'm just coming questions out of my head here. So you set up a brewery. Now, the biggest danger, I think, for a lot of people who say, right, I'm going to do a brewery or maybe I'm going to make cheese or something, is not making the product, but selling it.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, isn't it? So you suddenly say, right, I've got a brewery. I've got all this beer to sell. Oh, hang on a minute. So how did you go about selling it? Because obviously you've got to try and then get this product that's got a shelf life out there, haven't you?
I think we're fortunate that we've got a really good network of friends. And to be, we're both local people, we've both been born and bred in the area, so we've got contacts.
Big farming.
Big farming families. Not area, family. Nearly all our families, both sides of farming. So we've got lots of contacts. Friends, we both play a bit of sport locally involved with the teams, and it's just that network to get into the local licensed premises.
Right.
So my auntie's diversified and done a guest house, and there's other people who've diversified and done different things. So it's having those outlets. And I think now nearly every licensed premises I can think of within St David's, with like a 5-10 mile radius, are now stocking us. And we're still getting asked for more product. And we've been at capacity this summer.
Have you?
We've got a bit of a
wow, it's been a thirsty summer this year, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's been a hot summer, and everyone wants a pint by the beach, don't they? Do you know?
Yeah, so we could do a bit more liquor on the grass fields, but there's plenty flowing through the.
So, I mean, do you find is it a seasonal demand, or is it? I mean, because obviously you are tourist influenced.
Yeah.
So your main selling is summertime, is it?
It is definitely the main time, but we have broadened the shoulders, if that makes sense. So the spike, the summer spike, has broadened more into the Easter and the autumn, and then obviously the November and February are probably our quietest month, and the January. But December there's a great trade on the Christmas gift packs. And
of course,
So January, February, and November would be the 3 worst months, but the other 9 are pretty good. So
at the moment. There's 2 of you here. The main, I'd say the main team. I'm just guessing. Have you got some? I mean, because how do you keep all this going together?
We've got a girl that works for us 1 day a week.
Yeah.
She comes in, opens the shop up, and labels bottles, because everything's hand.
I was going to ask you about that.
And hand labeled.
Yeah.
So it is quite time consuming. So she's here most of the time now. We did say last year we'd leave her go over the winter, but actually we were busy. So.
Right.
Mark's nephew's been helping us out. He's here, but he goes back to uni in September. So it just sort of. And if we do we've done some charity events. So we get our friends who are teachers and
Yeah, so you pull in
Cops
everyone.
in the life, we just say,
Yeah.
can you help us this weekend, please?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're
did
sort
see.
of muddling along at the minute.
Yeah.
The Cox and the Life was not the best on Travis, because honestly, the last 2 events he's helped us with, he hadn't lasted 10 minutes and he had a shout to go rescue some paddleboarders off Ramsey. So, yeah.
But I mean, you've only just been going 5 years, and you're obviously expanding, and the business is building. So at some point, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Are you going to build another shed? Are you?
Well, that's the trouble. You can see it. There's not much.
Yeah.
Everything's on wheels, so everything's moved. We can move everything around, but we have saturated the space available.
Yeah.
To us. So we're fortunate that we're on a farm. We've got a shed that we do use for hospitality events and fundraising for different charities and stuff. So whether we utilise that space to develop the brewery is a bit of a crossroads that we're at the moment, really. So we're going to sit down and work this one out. Yeah.
So we're still by these vats. So I didn't finish where we were. You put in your.
So this is the hot liquor, so the brewing water. Upstairs we've got an old Vicon fertiliser spray.
Oh, I bought a new one of those recently. You could have my old one. What did you use the Vicon for?
So it's just, they call it a grist case. It's basically just a funnel to channel all the grain into this mash tun.
Mate, do you know what made my day by telling me that? That's the typical farmer, that is, isn't it? It's like, how can we adapt something to do something? That's
I
brilliant.
was quoted 1,500 quid for a stainless steel one.
Really?
I've got a Vicon in the
Mate,
shed.
that is amazing, because it's a perfect funnel, isn't it?
It is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically in here then we have our mash tun, so it's just like a cattle slatted shed. So you can see. So there's a false floor under this.
Okay.
So the purpose of that is to hold the grain back and allow the liquor to drain through.
Okay.
So taking all the sugars through. Then that transfers through the underback and into the kettle. So this is.
So you're doing all this yourself, are you?
Yeah.
All hands in between manual, feeding the cattle and everything.
Manual valves as well. So there's no automation. That's every batch needs to be identical, but there will be a small flow. It's impossible because there's no computers. It's all manually controlled, so the flow rates and stuff. So once everything's got to the boil, each boil is about 70 minutes. So again, adding the hops at different times to create different flavours. Once it's had its boil, we need to then cool it from boiling to around 18-20 degrees. And this is where the heat exchangers, the dairy farmers.
Oh right, it's just like a milk cooler, isn't it?
It is exactly that. So what we're doing, we're cooling this wort, we call it, which is a sugary liquid that we're going to ferment in the heat exchanger.
Right.
To do that, we've got a tank of cold water, cold liquor in the back store there, that's chilled to 8 degrees using our air source heat pump. And that's used then as our counterflow water to reduce the temperature of the wort to 18. So we're then collecting that cold water back in our empty hot liquor tank to reuse it as our next brew. So it's super efficient. We need to start a brew day with this liquor at 72 degrees. We're recapturing that cold water at 65. So for the next brew, we only need to increase that with our solar panels up to 72 degrees. So it's super efficient. And then once the wort's been transferred through the pipeline, just like the milking parlour, into the bulk tank,
the bulk tank,
the fermentation vessel.
Yeah. Sure.
We pitch the yeast and fermentation starts. So depending whether it's a lager, which may take 5 days, 6 days to ferment, or the bitter, which is 2 to 3 days to ferment.
Well, not long then, really,
not
is it?
Long to ferment. But once it's fermented, you need about 3 to 7 days conditioning time as well. Then.
How do you know when it's finished fermenting then?
We use a spectrometer.
Saccharometer
to measure the sugar content during fermentation. Once we're happy that the original gravity and the final gravity are at the correct levels, we know we've got a known quantity of alcohol. And that's when we put the chillers on. It cools the beer at that point and it stops the fermentation. So
you can set it at a level you want then, really.
So we know the brewing recipe from a known quantity of malt. We'll extract a known, as long as I've done my job properly, we'll extract a known quantity of sugar to create a known volume of beer at a known concentration of alcohol. So in theory.
Wow. And then I imagine the hardest bit is, so you've got this, how do you bottle it? I don't understand how do you get it out of there?
Yes, so this machine here then is our bottler. So we were contract packing everything off site up until last year.
What do you mean by that?
So we would then transfer the beer from the conditioning tank into effectively an Arlington, which is a 1,000 litre bag-in box. You're familiar with. So the biggest enemy of beer is oxygen, so we need to keep the beer away from oxygen at all times. So we pump that into a sterile liner and then take that to another brewery off-site to be bottled, and then the bottles would come back. that was taking a lot of time.
I can imagine it would do, wouldn't
So
it? You'd lose days.
We decided to bottle in-house and maintain the best quality and the freshest
Wow.
beer. So it's allowed us to get the freshest beer out there. So we invested in this little machine just over 12 months ago now. So
Right.
this is what they call a Moravec.
Okay.
So this is like a massive soda stream machine.
Is it?
Yeah.
I remember those when I was a kid. We used to have one. It spurts out everywhere. Do you end up coming out of here covered in beer?
Yeah. So it's not so bad as the lemonade, but
It's not a bad thing to smell of, though, is it? Oh, actually, no. If you're driving down the road, people might think you've had a few beers.
so it's easy. I mean, this
That connects up to,
that
I can
just
see.
connects to the beer tank, and then we draw the beer through the beer line. It gets filtered here,
Right.
and then if we're filtering it, you don't have to filter all the beers.
Yeah.
It depends if you want it hazy.
Oh,
or
I see.
not.
So the hazy beer is just unfiltered then, is it?
Basically, yeah. So the haze will just be a bit of yeast sediment in your beer. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It just gives it the aesthetics. Some people will argue it gives a better flavour. So I mean, it's individual choice basically. So some of our beers are filtered, some aren't. So it's give people a choice. And then as the beer comes through the carbonation chamber, we inject it with a known amount of CO2 to give it its fizzy levels. And then we're bottling 2 bottles at a time there.
So even that's quite time consuming, bottling a beer.
Dad helps with that. He's our chief sanitizer.
Oh wow, wonderful.
Emma would fill and I'll generally cap if we're all on it, and we could get up to about 250 bottles an hour on a good run. So
by the end of that, you're a bit tired. I should
bearing
think.
in mind a brew is about 2,500 bottles.
Oh wow!
So it's
So do you spend a whole day doing bottling?
No,
because too much, is it?
Too much, yeah. So we try to split it over 2 days. Then.
Right.
So but the beauty of having our own machine is if we are short on a particular beer, we know we've got it in tank, and there's an order to go out, worst comes to worst, we can just hook the bottler fast and just run off a couple of cases if we need to. So it's giving us that flexibility.
Control,
And what about the packaging and everything like that? Because obviously I haven't seen any packages yet.
So
but are you shrink wrapping or anything like that? I don't know.
No, we're trying to use as little plastic as possible.
Oh, that's good.
So all the boxes, they're in 12 box of cardboard, 12. So as we're packaging the bottles, they all our different beers have different coloured caps. So we know that the batch of Buddy Bay, for example, the pale ale will have the purple cap, and then they'll go into the cold store, and we'll label them then manually as they leave the market. Then.
Right. I mean, the thing is, just talking to you here and showing me this makes it sound like it's really easy and you know exactly what you're doing. But I'm sure from someone who switched from farming to this, it must have been a massive learning curve all the way, everything all the way through. Well, it's incredible.
It's funny because I said from the start, if we're going to do this, you're doing the fairs, you're doing the farmers markets, this is your bag.
Yeah.
I'm not a salesman. I can't be stood behind a table.
You can't do everything at once, can you? Farmers, you try and do everything at once.
So I mean, you learn to adapt. I'll do it on occasion, but we try to.
And people do like to talk to the brewer. You know, when you're at a fair.
Yeah. Well.
They want the.
So what's been your biggest struggle, if you like, and what would be your biggest success in doing this?
The biggest struggle, without doubt, was financing the
project.
Was it?
Without doubt,
I mean,
was that because people weren't sure about whether this would
COVID didn't help.
Right.
The farm was never in the best of places to finance it, and the farm bank manager wouldn't back us.
Right,
which
really?
is ridiculous because when you look at the big picture, you think, well, all this land.
I know.
You'd back us, and but no, the bank manager was adamant that no commercial experience in brewing. I mean, you've seen the ruin. Emma and I thought it was obviously going to be a microbrewery, but he didn't have the same
Nobody
vision.
else had the vision.
You had the vision.
So, well, I think it was just a eureka moment for both of us.
We were trying to think of an idea of how to save the building and future-proof it.
Yeah.
And we looked at other farm shop, for instance. There was no grants for anything like that.
Right.
So, and we couldn't do it without a grant because we tried the bank managers and they just. The building was in too poor a state for anybody to see, and because we're not brewers, so
amazing.
I can't understand that they didn't want to invest in it, so we had to have a grant. So there was no grants for farm shops, but you could have it for a pie shop. You had to use your primary produce and make it into something else.
Right.
So Mark obviously has been home brewing, and there isn't a brewery within. There is a small brew house in Roach, but apart from that, the next one is 20 miles away.
Right.
So we were like, we're a tourist hotspot without our own brewery. There is definitely an opportunity there. So
Wow. Well,
so it's from the bank saying no, but we'd already put all our savings into the deposit to secure these tanks, and then Brexit came, and we were left with very little opportunity. So thankfully, a local Building Society approved us in principle, so we allowed the builder to proceed. And at the 11th hour, they decided to pull the
it was a stressful
offer
few months
as well.
Really?
because of
And
COVID.
No way.
We were
Furloughed.
proper in deep then as well.
Oh my
We had no
God.
money. The farm didn't have any spare cash. We thought,
Yeah.
what's going to happen now? How are we going to let people know? And it's, even down to the finest thing, that because we're all spring water, we hadn't had a recent test with the EHOs. So Mum and Dad drove a sample straight up to Glangwilly Hospital in Carmarthen, had that tested same day. We got those results back proving everything was brilliant and all good to go. And at the last minute, on the last day of the offer, they approved us and the funds were transferred.
Oh my gosh.
Drop a seat of your pants, John.
It was a stressful.
Wow.
By far the worst. But
Oh my goodness.
It was because the original lady that we dealt with got furloughed, then the second one got furloughed. Just, this was all during COVID, and you can't have a meeting with anybody. Everything was online, wasn't it?
Yeah,
On phone,
Zoom.
So, it was a combination of stressful events, but we did get them here.
But for me, then, the highlight, without doubt, to help set up the business, you always want help and you want to try and raise your profile. So we thought we've got to collaborate. So we started collaborating with other businesses. Carmore is a sustainable seaweed farm just off the coast in St David's. Wouldn't it be great to bring seaweed into the brewery? So we tried the seaweed in a couple of the beers and it was horrible.
All right.
But
I couldn't imagine the combo would be that great.
Best. But we put it in the lager.
Right.
Do you know what? We're onto something here.
No way.
It was absolutely delicious.
Really?
So that's when our Kuru Kelp, our Pilsner Kelp Lager was launched.
Have you got some here?
We have got some.
Can I try a bit?
You will definitely
Mate,
have
that
some.
sounds amazing.
It is amazing. But again, going back to the principles of setting this whole project up for being a sustainable brewery.
Yeah.
Long story short, the Ellen MacArthur Foundation, Food with Nature in Mind, cottoned on to what we were doing. They'd love to try the kelp lager, so we sent them samples. They loved it, they loved the story and what we were doing. And on the back of that, we're now stocking Fortnum & Mason with our kelp lager.
No way. You are joking me.
I'm not joking, that is
The only place outside of Wales you can buy it.
God, this is like a triumph, isn't it?
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
When they emailed us to say they wanted an interview, I was like, well, this is a wind-up, isn't it?
No way. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What you've achieved only in, 6 years?
Yeah.
God, you've got to be so proud of yourselves,
Oh, yeah.
haven't you? You should be.
And that's what we said, and there's an order, that's today's job, is to get the next order up to Fortnum & Mason.
No way.
Bonkers to think, here we
Wow.
are in a renovated farmhouse brewery in Pembrokeshire, sending beer to London.
How lovely is that?
Yeah, it's
That
awesome.
you've got to be so proud. I mean,
Yeah.
well done. Hats
Yeah.
off to you guys. Can we go and try a bit?
Of course you can.
Come on, mate. Amazing.
Follow on. Yeah.
So just before we do a bit of tasting, Mark's just brought me up to show me the Vicon. Look at this.
So this year's.
That is amazing. Look
And
at
as you
that.
can
That's a
see,
hopper.
it
It's
is.
ideal, isn't it?
So you
It
can
just
see
fits.
The grain comes in through the door there
Yeah.
with Manitou, it's all pre-crumbed.
Okay, and that's the...
So that's all the malt. So I can show you some malt if you want to see. And that's about different malts. So that's
Wow.
That's like a
Oh,
pound
yeah.
of malt, so that will give you a
So
nice...
do you feed that to the cattle afterwards, the brewer's
So the
grains?
spent grain, we feed everything back to the
So
cattle end.
that's a perfect synergy, really, isn't it? I
And
bet
people
they
often
do.
joke that they're going to get drunk and what, but the
No.
reality is no. We've taken all the...
It's a great feed, isn't it?
The residual sugars, basically, yeah.
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 But this is genius, mate. You realise now this is going online, people are going to be thinking that. That's a really good idea because it's a perfect chute underneath.
Yeah.
A bit of adaptation, that's in better nick than my old one. I love that frame. I think we had the same model, 753. That's a perfect little, it's a good little spreader actually. I just bought a new one. They've stopped making them this year.
They have they?
Yeah, they've been still making them. I actually bought a brand new one 2 years ago, and then I saw on the internet they've just stopped making them. But they're very good for little fields. You don't need a big thing.
Because the grain will just run through,
Yeah.
slow and steady. It's just...
And the fiberglass all
Yeah.
smooth, isn't it? And it's easy to clean up if you want to.
Yeah.
Brilliant, mate. Honestly, you're a legend because this is just classic farmer recycling. I mean, this is wonderful. I love it. This is why I like coming to farms because we just all got a story, and you've just done something wonderful here. Well, let's go and try a bit of this lager then. Okay, so I'm going to be tasting lager with seaweed in it. That's cool. What do you call this area out here then, Mark?
So this is our beer garden essentially. Yeah.
It's lovely, isn't it? Look at this. This is out the back here.
Yeah.
So that used to be a pigsty across the back.
Where?
Where the canopy is.
Oh, right, there. Oh, that used to be the
In
pigsty.
box you can
Ah,
see
right.
the old pigsty.
So
And this was the old bullpen.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we, yeah.
And so we've got here This is a special bottle opener, isn't it? It's got Old Farmhouse Brewery on it. It's long, isn't it?
It's long.
What's the story there then?
So a good friend of ours, he's the local farrier, but during COVID he was looking at diversifying and doing different options as well.
What's his name?
His name is
You got to name these people. Give him a
his
shout.
name is JB Barnes, and he is Urhain Gove, YR Urhain Gove, and he's just a legend of bespoke crafts and stuff.
Right, and he's made this
as this bit of fun. Yeah. So this is socially distanced bottle opener,
right?
Just to allow us to drink our beer in COVID. So it is functional.
Oh, it works! Wow, it came off, flew off there. So let me just, before you pour this, what's that? Is that Welsh on there?
Yeah, so that's cwrw. It's Welsh for beer.
Okay.
And
Oh, is it?
Kelp then is obviously the kelp. It's a link to the seaweed. So just for people to know. If they're not sure what colour it is, they expect a bit of seaweed.
That's amazing.
It's not too much. Obviously, we don't want you to be tasting the sea.
No.
It's a subtle infusion, but it is when you compare this to our other Pilsner lager, it's completely different. So
I'm driving, so I'm going to have a little bit, but unfortunately.
When Mark brews this, we use fresh seaweed,
so
it comes straight out of St Justinian's, the bay just off St David's Head, and we bring it in. And we bring it into the brewery fresh.
Wow, look at that.
That's a nice hazy Pilsner lager.
And there's no lumps of seaweed floating.
No, it's not.
That's the reassuring, isn't it? Your filtration worked brilliant.
It's all about the timing.
Yeah, and you've got your own glasses. Look at that.
Have a sip of
I'll let that settle a second. So how long have you been making this one with the seaweed then?
So we started this in our second year of brewing, so it'll be 4 years in now, I would have guessed.
Will it?
Yeah.
We did it as a fundraiser. So Carramore is a community, what's it, like a sustainable, it's like a community-owned
regenerative ocean farm.
Yeah. So they had a fundraiser here, so we let them use the brewery to help them out. And then we thought, if we're doing a fundraiser, we might as well try and make a beer with it. So that's where the idea came from. Yeah. And we thought it might be a one-off, and then when we made it everybody was like, wow, this is really good. So we were like, we better make this again. So, but it's a seasonal product because obviously the boats come out of the water in sort of October time and they won't go back in now sort of till April, May. And the sugar kelp is a bit like grass, so you have to wait for it to grow to a certain size before they'll harvest it. So
God, that's fascinating, isn't it?
Really,
I mean, and also it's unique, isn't it? Because it's no good someone like me producing a beer like that where I am, because I couldn't find the seaweed.
No, exactly.
I could probably do a Cowmuck one, but that's probably not gonna be a big seller, is it? Right. Niche market, right. So this is a taste test here, right? If it's good enough for Fortnum and Mason, it's probably good enough for the Funky Farmer. Really.
I hope so.
Right, cheers to everyone then. Oh, that's really nice, actually. Do you know what? I'm really gutted I'm driving. I just have one more mouth. That is really nice, actually, isn't it? I mean, wow, it's lovely. Good. Oh, you've got to finish the rest of the bottle now. You won't get any farming done later today.
No, it's okay. We'll put it down to quality testing.
Oh, do you know what? I could easily just glug that now. I'm gutted that I'm driving. I am really gutted I'm driving. I'm a bit of a teetotaler when I drive because it's like I just worry about that. But and also talking about driving, you've got a vintage tractor behind here as well.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that one?
So Emma's father is a real vintage enthusiast, and thankfully put in a bit of research for us. But long story short, that tractor started its life on this farm 70 years ago.
Did it?
With the previous owner.
Did it?
But, new in 55.
New in 55.
Yeah.
So ours is 56. That's a year newer than mine, and that's a diesel one, isn't it?
Yes, it is that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So how long have you had that here back here then?
Just a month now. We had a fundraising tractor run that was having their lunch stop at the brewery here about a month ago.
Yeah.
And Emma's father, Mario Harris, he surprised us with a.
Did he? How did he track it down?
Well, I think it went to was it a distant family member?
Yes, so a great uncle of mine had bought it off the farm.
Yeah.
The original owner from this farm.
Yeah.
Came here new, sold to my great uncle, and then it was my dad bought it back off him after he passed away.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
how cool! And the thing is about that is that he's 70 years old, but you can still use it for something if you want to, couldn't you? It's on a little trailer or something.
Yeah.
It's ideal, and you've got a roll bar. That's a Sirocco roll bar. I've got exactly the same roll bar. I haven't put it back on mine yet. That is a Sirocco one. If you didn't know, that is a Sirocco roll bar. And I'm missing... See, right, don't look. I need those plastic bits at the top. I've only got one of them. So I might get the screwdriver. Hold on, I might get the screwdriver on and take one out. No, I won't. Anyway, right. I'm gonna finish up here now. You guys are just legends. You really are. I've had such a wonderful time. Yeah. I can't drink any more of that, but I recommend you drink some more of it because this place is great. If you're in St David's or near St David's, come down to the old Farmhouse Brewery and support these guys. Money back into the farming community as well. Yeah. Crack on.
Cheers, Rich.
I'm supposed to be leaving now, but I'm not because Mark's just giving me some beers, which is really cool. But I was going to say, what are these names? You can talk me through your names now.
So the Lagoon Lass is Blue Lagoon in Welsh, so that's quite a famous place locally. Yeah. We did think of trademarking Blue Lagoon, but that's a hotel.
Oh, is it?
That's
someone's already done it, right?
So we went with Lagoon Lass. Is blue, and Lagoon obviously Lagoon. Yeah. Cwrw Kelp is cwrw for beer, kelp as in because of the sugar kelp seaweed that we put in it. Whit Sands is a play on the local beach. So the local beach is White Sands. Yeah. But this is a wheat beer, so that is a play on the wit is to signify a wheat beer. Right. Then we got Non's Neeper. St Non is our patron saint's mother. Oh, okay. So we named a beer after her. Yeah. The golden colours are supposed to be when St David was born.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Buddy Bay is the spring that feeds the farm. Runs out to Caer Buddy, which is where they quarried the cathedral stone, which is purple. Wow. So we've got the purple stone at Buddy Bay. Yeah. Cwrw Close, this is the first beer we made, and Close is Welsh for farmyard or farmstead, and this is the one with our own honey in from the farm, so that is touched towards that. And then Diod Dewi means David's drink, so St David was actually teetotal and a vegetarian, so it's not great for marketing for a farm product, so that is a nod towards our patron saint without.
Wow, do you know what? That was really lucky we stopped on the way out because there's lovely stories there, aren't there?
Yeah, they've been thought about.
That is really nice because I think someone just picking up those beers wouldn't necessarily know the little bit of passion there to think of those, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you sit down and have a barnstorming over that?
Yeah, we did. We get our friends on the job. And see who can help us with the new
this is wonderful. I love the whole story of this place is wonderful. You guys are a credit to the farming community and to Wales. Well done. Crack on.
Thanks.
Cheers.